Well, guys, Minwoo Lee has been one of the most exciting players, one of the most young, exciting players on the PGA Tour for quite some time. Gets it done, wins for the first time in his PGA Tour career. It got very close there at the end, but he wins by one shot. Bob, what did you make of Minwoo Lee's performance?
I think he's a really exciting player to watch, and we've seen him for a while. Of course, he was on that President's Cup team last year in Montreal. He's won a couple of times or three times over in Europe. So you look at a guy like him who is one of those guys who starts to blossom, and you start to pay attention to it. You start to notice, and man, he takes a rip at the golf ball, which I love. It doesn't always work out perfectly, as we saw coming down the closing stretch when he hit one way offline. But I do like the fact that he corrected himself, that he fought back, that he made he finished strong and when he had to get the win without the playoff. That to me says maturity. That to me says, okay, I know what shot I have to play here. I know where to play. It might not be right at the hole, but I'm going to listen to my caddy. I'm going to use my experience. So you see a player like that develop. I think it's exciting. I think he's kind of a fun guy to watch and a fun guy to listen to too. He's got a good sense of humor, Mark. I don't know how you see it, but I like watching him.
Yeah, I like his personality, Bob, to your point, and the character, right? The game needs characters. The whole the cook Min Woo, he loves to be a chef. His sister's a major champion on the LPGA Tour, so right. So I mean, I love everything about Minwoo. I think he's fun to watch. I think he has a ton of talent. The one thing that's a little interesting for me is he also missed one about 100 yards left of his target on the front nine and got very lucky to escape that hole with the par. Memorial Park is one of maybe like three or four golf courses, maybe five if you want to push it, where I mean, you can kind of hit it almost all over the place, and as long as you're good on your second shot in, you can perform well. Now, I'm not suggesting for a second that Augusta National is as forgiving as Memorial Park, but certainly maybe a Minwoo Lee setup. He might play very well at Augusta National with that little bit of extra room off the tee. But you can't hit it as wide as he hit it at Memorial Park for 4 days and walk out with a victory at the Masters. But for me, guys. Minwoo Lee has a better chance to win the fewer drivers he hits in 72 holes.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And Minwoo Lee misses 100 yards left, 100 yards right, 200-yard dispersion. That kind of sounds like me, guys.